Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, East Castle Place. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd of 2022. Thank you for bearing with us as we get through this brief stint of neurovirus in which I will provide an update towards the latter half of this viewing of State of the Castle. And then next month, we'll be back in person. So to start, I'm going to bring up our resident council president, Kathy Johnson.
Thank you. Good. Hello, everybody. I won't say what time of the day it is. I will promise to stay behind this thing. Last time I was wandering around and I went off the screen. So, resident council has been busy doing a couple of important things. Number one, thanks to Gill Church with Judy Christofferson and Barbara Hill from the council have put together a really great policy procedure for getting the resident directory updated and out regularly. They were planning this weekend, March 5th and 6th, I think are the dates, to be in the club room. I don't know if that's going to happen, but look for it to happen soon. You can come, get a fully updated directory. You know, a lot of people rely on that to know who's who in East Castle Place. So watch for that so that you can get your directory updated, get a binder if you need it. So that's number one. Number two, April will be Earth Day, and East Castle Place celebrates Earth Day for like an entire week almost. Marion Frawley and her committee has been working real diligently, putting together a wonderful program that will last over several days, so there'll be lots of things to take in. And she is looking for always people interested in helping to help make East Castle Place a really earth-friendly place and learn what we can do as residents to make that happen. So please get in touch with Marion. Feel free to drop in one of the meetings so that you too can contribute to that effort. And number three, March this month, we will be making nominations for 2 seats that will be open on the council for May. And there are 5 people who will be running again for a second term. So we need people to consider their skills, their interests, and take a stab at being nominated or being a nominee for the council. You will get information about how to nominate one of your fellow residents also, and feel free to nominate yourselves. And we will have elections in April to be seated at the May meeting. If you have any questions, concerns about things going on here that you think the council needs to address, please contact one of the members of the council, and certainly always feel free to contact me. Or put a note in my mailbox. I'm at 1305. We always look forward to hearing from you so that we can take up issues for you at the council. Thank you. And now, oops, who's next? Eric, the man we like to see.
Good morning, East Castle. I'd like to start with a couple of our resident questions. First of which is, can we have our trash and recycling containers emptied at a regular time? We do typically, unless there's some sort of a mechanical or a breakdown in the evening, but typically that window of time or the regular time is between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. is when the gentlemen from the evening kind of go through and pull the trash containers from around the facility. Again, only unorthodox things if we missed one or we get a work order about something special, we may pull that at different times of the day. The second question, I hear work on the patio will start in June. Is there any way to save some of the perennials we have planted there as well as in the gazebo area or on the second floor garden area? I know I've spoken to Tyler about this a little bit. We're working with the garden committee on the relocation of those perennials because that has been heavily discussed to make sure that we do save those plants. So that is a yes. Where and exactly how is to be determined with the garden committee. The second part of that question is, can some of the furniture from the courtyard be used in the second floor garden? The answer to that is absolutely. We do have it saved right now indoors so it doesn't get corroded and rusted up during the winter. I will have much of that relocated in a nice layout on the second floor garden as soon as we're able to do that, probably, I would say, early to mid-May. Two other items that were not resident questions. Just one, I just want to update you on the contemporary corridor painting. I would say our painter Samantha's finished about at least a third of the fourth floor. She started out at 4308 and worked her way all the way to the elevators. Looking really nice. Like I say, it's all turning out really well. She did paint the elevator area and we'll continue down the other corridors next. The other update I just want to say, it's hard to tell now because everything's melted and it's 40 to 50 degrees outside. But I just want to say thank you for all the residents that stuck to some of the main thoroughfares, the exits and entries of the building. Contemporary, Bradford, even Water Tower. We did have a lot of snow last week, Thursday evening into Friday, and we also had an ice storm last week, and I'm just thankful that through the efforts of the maintenance staff and then also just residents and staff being proactive and safe, we didn't have any slips or falls. I just want to say thank everyone for that because that could have gone a lot differently. And that's all I have. Thank you very much. Our next presenter is Majorca from Food and Beverage.
Hello, East Castle. Thank you guys all for your patience this week in dealing with the closure of the dining room a little bit last minute. We hope to have the dining room reopened on Monday, March 7th, as long as the cases stay kind of at a low. Lindsay will have an update for you on that. The only other information I have at this time is this week we started a new everyday offerings menu. These had been delivered to your doorsteps last week, and there are also copies in the mailroom. If you have any questions regarding this, please give me a call. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to say your name. Sorry.
And hello, East Castle Place. I am Mike Brever. Thank you, Majorca. As she pointed out, things are kind of, well, you're more important than whatever this is, so we're just going to let this go. Majorca pointed out that things are a little bit unique this week. It might feel kind of like we're slipping back into COVID shutdowns. That's not really the case. There is this norovirus going around. Within a week or two, we're going to have you back up to normal activities around here. And to prove that, I've got a couple things going on in philanthropy that I want to bring you up to date on. First of all, Kathy Johnson told you that in the month of April, we're going to be celebrating Earth Week here at East Castle Place. As a special tribute to this, just like last year, Marion Fraley is going to be giving me some tidbits and ideas and thoughts for questions that we can use to feature Earth Week information on Quick Trivia with Mike. So all during the month of April, tune into Quick Trivia with Mike and you'll learn a couple things about conservation and the status of Earth Week and how it impacts all of our lives and how we all can do something to help the planet. In terms of other things, there are a lot of things going on at East Castle right now. I hesitate to say that we're looking for a new manager for the treasure chest because it kind of intimidates people in terms of the amount of work that might be required. I'd rather say that we are looking for a new Margaret for the treasure chest. Margaret and Bruce, as you know, have been my cohorts for the last 4 years, really making sure that things continue to work smoothly. There always were ideas about what to be doing next month. How were we going to handle Christmas at the castle? Did we need to have a room set aside to organize things? That's really what we're looking for. Someone either on a continuing basis or maybe on a rotating basis with 2 or 3 people that can work with me to make sure that the residents are always up to date on what's going on involving the treasure chest and that you're funneling ideas back into me and the other volunteers at the treasure chest to make sure that we're topical, we're addressing needs, and we're continuing to raise money for the scholarship program that we have here. So if anybody's interested in exploring what that role might be and how you might be able to play a role in it, come and see me at your convenience. We are still looking for treasure chest volunteers for the months of March and April. We've already sent the March calendar down to the treasure chest. And if you'd like to fill one of the vacant spots on that list, head on down to the treasure chest anytime and put your name on a vacant slot, and we'll be happy to see you. Even if you've never worked before, I can assure you there's always 2 volunteers down there to help walk you through it. And for those of you that are regular volunteers already, if you have a friend here at East Castle that has always wanted to get a little bit more involved, bring them with you on one of your work days. Teach them or show them how easy it can be and how much fun it can be. And remember, every 2 months when we have our meeting designating workers for the coming months, free donuts. So be a treasure chest volunteer and get those every 8-week free donuts. I can't think of anything more rewarding than that. The months of April and May schedules are already in the 3-ring binder on the reception desk. So if you'd like to fill one of those spots, go to the 3-ring binder at the reception desk and put your name on there, and we'll be glad to have you, whether you're a returning volunteer or a new volunteer. We do have our paint and sip scheduled for March 25th. It's at a artist studio just off Silver Spring, I believe, over by Bayshore Mall. So we will be driving people here from a van that night. It's 5:30 to 7:30. The cost is $30. This is what we term a friend-raiser. It's not a fundraiser. We're not using this as a fundraising effort, but we have to cover the cost of the event. For the $30, you'll get all the materials you need to paint a picture. You'll also get a free drink that night, as well as appetizers and maybe some light other snacks that we'll have that night. You'll also be painting a picture with everybody, but there are skilled artists there who will walk you through it. And believe me, I've been to these types of events before. If at the end of the night, you're really not the most proud of it, well, so what? If you had a couple drinks and you had some nice snacks and you had a wonderful time with your friends, the night was well worth it. However, all of you who attend, if you want to put your pictures up here for a week or so at East Castle to show us what a wonderful job you did, I'll find a spot for them. Again, $30. We only have room for 60 people. Maureen Scribner is the registration funnel point for this. So see Maureen as quickly as possible. Once we've got our 30, we're closing it off. And we're inviting board members, we're inviting residents, we're inviting staff, and we're inviting spouses. We're also inviting people that are on our waiting list for new units as they open up. So I think the spots are going to go fast. See Maureen as quickly as possible. You know that we had a raffle this past week for symphony tickets. I know symphonies are a little bit of a distasteful topic right now because we've had to cancel the rides for this Friday. Symphony tickets that people still have them, you're welcome to go to the symphony. If you have a car, drive yourself, maybe an Uber or something like that. You can still get to the symphony. We're not doing anything about that. What we're doing is we're saying the vans aren't available because of the virus. Having 7 people, 10 people, 12 people in a van at this point in time probably isn't the wisest thing. But we're encouraging you to go to the symphony if you want to do that. And starting next week again, things may start to open up again. We will be having a raffle for subsequent symphony performances. I have a donated ticket for each of the next 3 symphonies as well. So watch for those upcoming announcements. The proceeds from these raffles will help pay for the electric door opener that's going to be going on the rooftop garden on the 2nd floor of the Contemporary. So participate in a wonderful event, and maybe you'll get to go to the symphony for as little as a $5 raffle ticket. So come see me if you're interested in that. We also have an appraisal fair that's coming up later this month, March 24th. Sherry Reilly, a certified appraiser, she was here 2 years ago, I believe it was, maybe 3 years ago, residents got to bring down one item, and Sherry went through an actual appraisal indicating a value of what that item was. It was a lot of fun. It's free. We only have room for 20 items, however. Each person who participates can only bring in one item. I've already got one spot committed. Kathy Johnson talked to me earlier this week. She has something that she would like in the appraisal fair. So I've only got 19 spots left. Come and see me. The reason you have to see me is because I have to see you 2 weeks before the fair. I take photos of what you got, as well as some bullet points. Something you know about this. Where did you get it? How did you get it? Do you know anything about it? I send that all on to Sherry, so that when she comes on the 24th, we have a very informed opinion of the item. It's very entertaining. It's in the afternoon that day, and it's free. So sign up. I hope you'll have a good time. We already have a date set for our Summer Brewers Tailgate Party. Put it on your calendars right now. June 26th. It's a Sunday game, 1:10 in the afternoon. We're not positive, but we're hoping it's a giveaway game. We'll find out later as we go. You know, with the baseball strike right now, the first two series, I think, of the season have already been canceled or delayed or whatever. But June 26th is definite. So mark that on your calendar. Probably in a month or so, we'll be announcing what the ticket prices are. We'll be providing rides from here. A tailgate party, probably starting at noon, catered by the Milwaukee Brewers Catering Services. It's going to be a wonderful time, all inclusive. So put that on your calendars. Those of you that were participating in the Employee Appreciation Fund last year and did so by monthly contributions, if you think that that has continued this year, but you have not signed a new contract, it has not continued. You need to sign a new contract every year. So come see myself or come see Brad. There is plenty of time for you to get on the monthly donation program for the Employee Appreciation Fund. We still have 7 months left of this process. So lots of time for you to ease the financial burden of a generous contribution that you might have to make in a lump sum if you want to participate and you make a contribution in October or November. So if you're interested in the monthly contribution forms, come see me or come see Brad. You have to sign a contract for that. Last but not least, I think you all are very much aware of the fact that we will be beginning our construction project soon. It's going to be going on for about 16, maybe 18 months. So there's lots of time for you to come and see me. But if you are interested in memorializing a family or a family member with a naming right of some sort on something as we complete the renovation process, come and see me. We would love to be able to highlight a particular family or particular person, a loved one, to show what they mean to you and what they mean to East Castle Place. So come see me, and we would welcome an opportunity to put a testament to your family or a loved one or a family friend right here at East Castle Place, and it'll be there for all time. That's all I have for a philanthropy update. If you have questions on any of these items, come see me. Now, it's back to Lindsay V. Booth.
Mike, can I have my agenda back?
Pardon me?
My agenda back.
Oh, did I take it? Are you sure? I can just grab anything. Anything, anywhere. I took her agenda.
We love it. Oh, the live happenings on ECP TV. Thank you, Mike. So,
My phone. I gotta get my phone back. I gotta see who was calling us. Thank you.
anyways, thank you for bearing with us. I have a very exciting and important person to introduce you all. If you have not met her yet, she's on day 3 on this Wednesday, March 2nd. Introducing Stacy Abbott, our new Director of Community Life.
Hello, East Castle. I'm very excited to be here. Like you said, it's day 3, so I haven't met a lot of people, but please, if you see me in the hallway, stop, introduce yourself. I'd love to talk with you. I've met a few people, helped them find their way, find their phones, walked through a few things. But I just wanted to share, I'm very excited to be here. The team has been very welcoming, so I have not been part of the activities here yet, but I'm excited to be a part of that. That is my passion. I am from West Dallas, grew up there, and graduated from UWM in recreational therapy, so that is my heartthrob, is activities and fun and pleasure, and so I'm really excited to be here. So as we evolve, you'll get to know me a little bit more, and I think we'll be doing a little bit further introduction, but if you see me, please stop and say hello. So, thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you, Stacy. And Stacy will also be here next month with a larger update, probably of what's the happenings and what she's getting her hands into, as well as to reintroduce herself in person. So she will be officing out of the Community Life office on the historic lower level, so stop by and introduce yourself, say hello. From a community COVID update for this month, we have been, knock on wood, very fortunate in our COVID positivity rate. So we have not had a positive resident in over 2 months at this point, which is fantastic. So kudos to everyone for keeping safe, the mask use. Then we did have recently, in the past week on Friday, 1 CNA staff member test positive for COVID. This staff member is unrelated to East Castle Place in terms of exposure and how they received COVID, and is doing well. Asymptomatic, just was precautionarily testing at our water tower entrance. As a reminder, the water tower entrance testing is Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 to 4, if you feel symptomatic. It is a PCR test. It takes anywhere from 2 to 5 days at this rate, just with the increased testing in Milwaukee and nationally, to get the results back. And if you do not hear anything, as always, that means you are negative. If you receive a call, that's when it would be potential, or it would be positive. Then last on the COVID front, if you saw the memo from last week that I sent out, mask use has been a topic of conversation as Milwaukee County's mask mandate ended on March 1st. We extended that an additional precautionary 7 days just to ensure, especially with neurovirus going on, and COVID is still here and very much present, that March 7th, you will no longer be required to wear a mask. That being said, if you would like to still wear a mask, we do have them at the front desk. We encourage mask use just for the foreseeable future as COVID and other viruses, as we've seen, are going around. And it is nice, especially if you have a cold, the sniffles, to have that and protect yourself and your friends. Then on to the neurovirus update, as that has been the large topic of conversation for the past week here at East Castle. It is still currently with us here at the community. Right now, for neurovirus numbers, as of this Wednesday, there are no individuals on 5th floor who have it. There are 4 people on the 4th floor there are 7 individuals. On the 3rd floor there are 6 individuals. Water tower there is 1. Independent living there are currently 4, and then we have 5 staff members out with it. So still significant numbers in the community, but they are going down and not trending as high in terms of people being symptomatic. So a lot of these individuals are doing well, are on the latter half of their symptoms, and should be coming out of isolation very soon, today, tomorrow, or Saturday. So with that, the tentative date for us to resume some normalcy and not be under such strict precautions in terms of the dining room, activities, getting the van use back in motion, would be Monday, March 7th. I almost said May there, excuse me for a minute. Thinking of spring. So March 7th in the afternoon, our goal would be to open for dinner in the main dining room. So please stay tuned to the information that gets sent out, as well as channel 955 and the front desk, ask them as well for the most current updates, and to see, as this is an evolving situation, it usually lasts around 48 hours. Again, as always, the best line of defense is hand washing. With norovirus, it is soap and water and the friction motion that gets the virus off your hands. Please, 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 wash your hands after you touch a common rail, after you touch a door. Using hand sanitizer is good, but it will not kill the virus. And norovirus can live on surfaces up to a maximum of 14 days. So if you touch something, a common rail, and the virus might be on there and you touch your mouth, it would increase your likelihood of getting this. So again, if you're sick and you're not feeling well, please isolate in your room. Do not come out down to the front desk. Do not come look for your friends. Please stay in your room. Call either your pennant button or call Teresa Jenkins and inform her of your symptoms. And then she'll either tell you for norovirus, it's a 48-hour quarantine past your last symptoms. And again, with COVID, it's that 7 days. Then on to a renovation update. There will be more information to come as we are starting in Bradford Terrace. C.G. Schmidt will be here on site looking to start March 21st on the second floor of Bradford Terrace. Again, first and second floor are vacated. So that is exciting news. And that again is a tentative start date. It could be pushed back, but earliest March 21st, where they will be doing some construction on those vacant floors. With that, you're going to see office moves happening. So Tyler, who's on vacation right now, back Friday, Anna already moved, Heidi, Cooper, Human Resources, and Heidi, I said, will be moving to the first floor of Water Tower in temporary offices while construction takes place. So we're very excited about that. We look forward to having CG on site, as they will be providing very frequent updates, whether it's on this channel, whether it's on paper, with little screens that you're able to look into, in order for you to feel most informed. And as always, if you have questions, please see myself or Tyler, and we'd be happy to answer them. Now on to resident questions. The first one, will all of the pianos be kept after remodeling, and will they be repaired and tuned? Simple answer there, absolutely. All of the pianos are kept in our FF&E, which is furniture, fixtures, and equipment budget, and they might be replaced. Obviously the one in Lindsay Hall or the major common areas will remain, and they will all be retuned, spruced up, and sound just as new as the facility is going to look. The next question or comment, communications are inconsistently dated. Page numbers incorrect, not proofread, and hard to read. We appreciate this feedback, as we do put forth a ton of information to you all, and will be more diligent in ensuring we have an accurate date, time, as well as page numbers, being more thorough and accurate, following that they are proofread in order for ease of reading. So thank you for that feedback. And overall, thank you for being patient while we go through this little bump in the road virus. We anticipate next week and the following will be back to normal, and we look forward to that, as spring might be here, knock on wood, and we hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week, weekend, and so on. Enjoy the weather. Thank you.